Hey everybody, welcome to my video on the shutdown rule in perfect competition. Firms receive exogenous prices that they have to obey. I gave my firm a cubic cost function, meaning it goes up to a q to the third power. I could have picked any other function. I usually pick a function this big or smaller. I don't usually get more than this, that's fine. Whatever cost function you have, follow the same steps here and you'll be okay. So, question then. If this is the way your firm is built, this is their cost function, what is their shutdown price? Now, quick review, we are interested in this point here. The average variable cost is minimized. You see, if the price is equal to the minimum average variable cost, then our firm is able to pay all of its variable costs when it opens its doors. If the price is greater than average variable cost, and we're somewhere up in here, or here, or here, well then the firm is able to pay all of its variable costs and then some. If the price is less than the minimum average variable cost, then when the firm opens up, it's going to suffer more costs than if it just stayed shut. And so this is going to be our shutdown price, our minimum average variable cost. So I apologize that I'm not going more into detail on the intuition here. This video is going to be long enough with me just focusing on the math. My goal is to give you a specific answer. What is the shutdown price for this firm? What's the lowest price at which they can stay in business? So we need to find our average variable cost function. Well, our variable cost function is this stuff. The stuff with Q's attached to it, not the fixed cost of 1,000. If you're not sure why I'm picking that, go watch my video on cost functions. For now, I'm just going to go with it. Variable cost function is 2q minus 1/2 q squared plus 1/10 q cubed. Average variable cost is variable cost divided by q, 2 minus 1/2 q plus 1/10 q squared. All right, so I need to find the minimum average variable cost. If you are comfortable with calculus and your product rule, then we are very close to getting our answer. And if not, you'll need to also have your marginal cost function. I'll do it the calculus way first, and it's pretty straightforward. You're wanting to find the minimum average variable cost, which means you want to find the point where the slope of that line is 0. See, over here the slope is positive, more positive, more positive. We want to find this bottom point where the slope is 0. That's how you find the minimum. So you would set the derivative of your average variable cost with respect to Q equal to 0. But what's the derivative of the average variable cost? It's minus 1/2 plus 2/10 Q. If you're not sure where I got that, go ahead and check out my video on the power rule. This is just a simple application of the power rule. I'm going to set this equation equal to 0. Well, let's see. That means that 2/10 Q is equal to 1/2. Now let me reduce these fractions a bit. That means that Q is equal to 10 over 4, or 5 over 2, or 2.5, however you want to write it. And so that tells us that this point is 2.5. We haven't answered our question yet of what's the price, the shutdown price, but we do have the Q associated with it, which means now we can just plug that Q into the average variable cost function. Average variable cost when Q equals 2.5 is equal to 2 minus 1/2 times 2.5 plus 1/10 of 2.5 squared. And if you do a little bit of algebra or whatever, not algebra, arithmetic, when the dust settles, you're going to get 11/8 or 1.375. That is P bar. So nice and simple if you already know the power rule. If you don't have any knowledge of how to use the power rule, well, you have two choices. One is either learn it, or two, do it a different way that uses the marginal cost function. Notice this intersection here, where marginal cost meets average variable cost, is exactly corresponding with our 2.5 Q and 1.375 P. So one option for us would be to set MC equal to AVC. So as long as your professor can give you your marginal cost function, you can get by without doing any actual calculus. 2 minus Q plus 3/10 Q squared. And so what we would do, if you had the marginal cost function and your average variable cost, you would set them equal to each other. 2 minus 1/2 Q plus 1/10 Q squared equals average variable cost. So I've set my marginal cost equal to my average variable cost, and then I can solve. Let's see, 2's cancel out. I'm left with 1/2 Q on this side by adding Q to both, and 2/10 Q squared on that side. Let's see, and yeah, long story short, that's going to boil down to the 2.5. And then you can substitute that back in your average variable cost function. All right, so how do we do it? I showed you two options, but the gist of it is you want to find the minimum average variable cost, either by taking the derivative of your average variable cost function with respect to Q and setting it equal to 0, or just by setting AVC equal to MC. Either one will always get you your answer. I don't know if this is helpful, but hopefully it is. If not, too bad. Good luck. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.